Peace and blessings, family. Welcome back to another episode of Learn with Shavern. In today's news, perm sales are down by 26% since 2008, or relaxers. So a lot more of our melanated women are returning back to natural. Kudos to you. Shout out. Give yourself a pat on the back for being a part of the greater movement. Always commend a sister. You see her natural, and she decides to, she decided, I am confident to wear my natural state as I was born into this world. Commend her. Acknowledge that sister is being brave. Because with all this social media and all these negative images around wanting to have, like that long Brazilian hair or whatever the bundles, whatever case may be, it's all these stigmas with that stuff, that artificial type of beauty. So always commend a sister. You see her wearing her natural hair. Other news, you guys know Rihanna has a makeup line. If you didn't, now you know. It is Fenty Beauty. Within its first month, Rihanna's out here making history. She made $75 million off her Fenty Beauty line. My personal favorite thing about Fenty is the fact that it has the most variation. And I don't wear makeup, right? Personal disclaimer. It has the most variations of human melanin in it. So she created a makeup line to cater to all the different versions of the melanated people. So if you're melanated, for most black people, right, there are 58 shades of black. Okay, in case you guys didn't know that, there are 58 shades. The Asians, known as Indians, right, or the Asiatic Indians, I like to call them, they are the closest to us in terms of having different versions of melanin. I believe they have 52. So fun fact there. Last but not least, Primark, which for those of you who have not traveled, when I went to the United Kingdom last year, I got to go into a store called Primark. The closest thing I can relate to have you guys relate to it, in America, what we have similar is Walmart. All right, so Primark came out with the advertisement with this beautiful little bundle of joy baby, this little melanated baby on there. He was so adorable, and the ad is so cute. But that's different because the UK, and they only usually show one face for advertisements. So that's big. That's a breakthrough. I'm happy to see, and I'm appreciative to see that we are being reflected in more than one version in different advertisements, because a lot of our kids don't get to see positive images of themselves or reflections of themselves to build up their inner confidence, right? All right, I'm going to start you guys off with a quote, but before we begin, please like, share, subscribe, text the link to a friend, become a Patreon, tell them their homework is to text it to another friend who can definitely use this information to help uplift and enlighten them. I love sharing fun facts. I believe the world is full of interesting things, and I am a firm believer that we never stop learning. We are learners and thinkers. That is what we are. That is what we should be. So our quote today is coming from the Christian Bible, and it says, "Be ye transformed in the renewing of thy mind," right? So I am intent on teaching 1 billion people the power of their mind to create their reality. There's 7 billion people in this world, a little bit over, right? I'm intent on I correct myself. And again, we are all learners and thinkers. So even still, I am still learning, relearning, and unlearning certain behaviors, the same way that I am encouraging you all to do the same. Learn, unlearn, relearn. That is what we are all here for. Be ye transformed through the renewing of thy mind. So whatever you create up here, whatever you discipline yourself to focus on up here, that is how you're going to help improve and better your reality. Right? So one of the things that I noticed with a lot of people, that they struggle with esteem. They don't feel good enough for whatever reason, or they don't feel deserving, or they don't feel pretty enough, or they don't feel whatever they think that they're lacking in, right? Who told you that? Who put that thought in your mind? No one wakes up and procreates in their mind and says, I'm not worthy. I'm not deserving. No one does that, right? Somebody else put that seed and planted that seed there for you. Once you identify that, now you can get rid of it, okay? It's not important what other people think about you or say about you or do, right? It's about what you believe about and within yourself. Once you learn to believe in yourself correctly, you'll no longer believe what other people are saying or thinking about you. Because you know in your own mind, you have affirmed within yourself, I am confident, I am consistent, I am amazing. And as you are affirming these things, you are visualizing them in your mind, right? You are walking into the theater of your mind and you are creating this visualization of you feeling all of these things you're affirming. The combination of thought, sound, and word power is really important. Okay, there's a reason they call it spell-ing. Okay, when we speak words, we are casting spells because our words are nothing more than frequencies and vibrations. Okay, so when we are speaking, when we say things to not only others, when we say things to ourselves, these are the vibrations that we are living out. So best believe when people say, oh, speak things into existence, that is real. Okay, but it's not only the speaking part. You have to do the combined effort. You must speak it. You must feel it. You must visualize it. You must affirm it. You have to combine all these things. That is the real superpower of success. That is really how success is born. If you watch any of those, most of those people that are pretty wealthy, that are elites, actually, a perfect example, P. Diddy. If you guys ever watch any of P. Diddy's videos, he is constantly energetic. He is constantly uplifting. He may seem a little borderline like out of the box, but you know what? He lives in the fabrication of the imagination of his mind, right? He's able to imagine himself and visualize himself to do certain things. And so he does. Yesterday we spoke about not motivating yourself to do things and just doing. That's important. That's a good question to ask yourself. Okay, well, what do I want? Do you want to be rich? Do you want to be at peace? Do you, what it is that you want? Once you are able to identify your want, now you're able to cater everything else around that want. You were able to affirm it. You were able to believe it. You were able to create that reality out of the darkness of your mind as your masculine and feminine aspects are procreating to help you generate more ideas. This is the power of the God particle inside of you, right? This is the power of the inner goddess within you. This is how those things happen. There's no secret formula. There's nothing outside of you. There is no external entity outside of you that can make things happen for you other than yourself. I assure you on this, okay? This is guaranteed. The way you teach a child is the same way you must teach yourself. You will only know what you teach yourself. And keep in mind, you don't know what you don't know. That's why it's always important to constantly learn. It's always important to constantly be like, okay, well, there's 3 things every day. You should at least learn 3 things every day. 3 new things that you didn't know yesterday, right? To help better prepare you for tomorrow. These are the tools that we utilize in our human experience to help take us further into life. Don't become a prisoner of your own mind, right? Creating external circumstances to reflect that. Don't ever believe that you are not good enough for anything. Don't ever believe. It is the most irritating thing when I speak to people and they're like, oh, that person's so lucky. They got this and that. What makes them different from you? They didn't ask anyone's permission. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need anyone's permission to do what you want. You don't need anyone's permission to say, I am amazing. That feeling, I want y'all to do that right now. Say it with me. I am amazing. I am fulfilled. Don't you feel good? Don't you feel that tingle in your spine? You feel it, right? That's affirming your words, that visualization in your mind, the speaking of the words, the power you're giving the words, the energy, that frequency you are releasing out into the universe. And you know what the universe is going to say? Hey, I hear you. That's what you want. You amazing. You spectacular. Okay, let me give you more of that. Because that's how the universe functions. The universal consciousness all functions in that same way. You are only going to attract more of what you are. That's why they say you can never be more than what you are, or you can never be something that you're not, right? Excuse me. Because if in your mind you have visualized and pictured yourself to only be this thing, right? If you visualize yourself to be a worm, then that's what you're going to be, and people are going to step on you. Right? If you visualize yourself as not being worthy or deserving, and some of us, we have this superpower and don't even know how to tap into it, but we are programmed from watching TV, listening to music, speaking to other people. We program ourselves to use our powers against ourselves. We are our only worst enemies. There is no enemy outside of me other than within me. If I am beefing with somebody else outside of me, it's because I am beefing with something within me. That's how that works. It's all hand in hand. Please like, share, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful, positive, uplifting day. Don't forget to tell yourself that you are handsome, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are connected to the God or goddess within you. Make sure you guys subscribe, become a Patreon, share the link. I wish you guys nothing but peace and blessings, family.